Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Before I get started, I want to go over my disclaimers. If you are in immediate danger, please call 911 or you can reach out to the domestic hotline at 800-799-SAFE, 800-799-7233. And for mental health resources, reach out to NAMI at 800-950-NAMI. 800-950-6264, and you can also text at 741741. And for additional resources, reach out to the National Suicide Hotline at 988. You can either text or call that number. With that being said, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. So today I want to follow up on the stages. Like I said, I'm going to be talking about 4 stages this week. And the second one is blame. A narcissist will blame you until there's nothing left to blame. They will blame you for the weather being bad. That's just how twisted and sick they are. So I just wrote down a few things. When you are out of the door, when they are leaving you, whatever the case may be, whether you break up or they leave, there's always some blame. Like I said the other day, they can't just walk away from this amicably. They always have to point fingers and say, you're the reason that we couldn't keep this together. You're the reason that the children are misbehaving. You're the reason that I can't keep a job. You're the reason that I cheat. You're the reason that this relationship was doomed from the beginning. Not taking accountability like we talked about last week. But here's the thing. They get into this cycle of pointing out things to you. Excuse me. 1 second. And what they'll say to you is that they want to blame you for, like I said, for the weather. So I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you a story time. With my ex, I never forget, he had done something that was really unthinkable. And because I wanted to try to work this relationship out, I was going through some things and I was just keeping it pretty much in my head. You know, I'm dealing with this. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not sharing what happened, but I'm trying to rationalize what he did and I'm trying to talk to him about it. And what he said to me, and it made no sense, and I didn't understand why anyone would feel this way. He said, you have a choice. If you want to be in this relationship, then you need to forget it and move on. And then so I looked at that because I'm the type of person, I'm going to think before I speak. And then, of course, when he said it, I said, the first thing that did come out of my mouth was, you don't tell me how I need to grieve. And then I left it at that. Because at this point, I started realizing that this person is not in the headspace of trying to accept ownership for what was done. And if they can find a reason to pin it on me because the relationship may be going down, then they will. So when he said, if you're going to be in this relationship, you need to move on from that. Move on from that pain. Move on from that hurt. So we finally went to counseling because I wasn't moving on from it, you know, and I didn't move on from it. I just learned how to put it in a different box, so to speak, and just grow from it. I would say and I learned this from counseling. You know, the counselor that we went to, she said, I mentioned that statement that he made, and she said, well, first of all, you can't tell anyone how to grieve. It's not your place to tell someone when they need to stop grieving. And she broke it down real simple because I had said it to him. She said, it's just like if someone that you care about passes away. She said, you don't tell them when to stop mourning that person. She said, so when someone in a relationship has hurt the other and is a hurt that Most people walk away from. A lot of people do things that are unthinkable because of this hurt. So when people are trying to grieve and understand it, then you don't tell them that they need to move on from it. So anyway, he never understood that, like I say, it never made sense to him. And his mind was, okay, so so it happened, oh well, get over it. And that's the true thought of a narcissist, So it happened, get over it, And then after the relationship was over, this is what he said before and during the breakup: you still blame me for what I did in the past. You're not letting it go. That's why this relationship is not working. And then, I said, no, it's not that. I said, I've made peace with it. I said, but you have no remorse for what you did in the past. I said, so that's the reason the relationship is not working. It has nothing to do with me still holding on to it or trying to get over it. I said, because you showed no remorse. And then, of course, that sent him into a frenzy. And it was always, well, you're just not there for me. You're not trying to make this relationship work. I have needs as a man, and you just don't understand. So we go to the blaming. So, I mean, it went on. And then it went to the point because, when you're in a relationship, you separate everything. You separate the physical, the mental, and everything starts to separate. So when it's truly over, you really don't care what this person does as long as you're not being affected by it. So he did say one time, well, it'll be your fault if I go outside the marriage. And that's to make me sit back and think, do I want this? And then I said, I said to him, I said, well, you're already doing that. And when I said that, he just looked at me and he said, no, I go to work all the time and I don't have time to do that. And it must be you. And I said, no. I said, one thing I did learn is when my mother always said, if someone is always pointing fingers and accusing you of something, then that's what they're doing. And the little guilt that they have, or them trying to throw you off the trail, is them telling you that it's you. So it's always that blame. So it went on. I mean, was blaming me for everything, for the reason that he's not having a relationship with his own kids. And I'm just listening, because at this point, I don't care what you say. You could blame me for whatever you decide. You could blame me for the weather. You could blame me for anything, and it's not going to make me come back to you, because I moved on. And so a narcissist understand that when you have truly moved on, they're going to try any and everything to get you to feel bad about yourself, to feel like you can't move forward and find something that's worth having in your life. So don't let the blame keep you stuck. Understand that that's part of their stages of losing you. A healed person, or a person that's normal, when they leave a relationship, of course you grieve, because it's like, especially if you was married to this person or in a long-term relationship, you've spent every day with this person. So when they suddenly are no longer in your life, then you grieve. It's like losing a person, like a person passing away. So you do grieve. But a narcissist, they don't know how to grieve. All they want to do is keep up their appearance to everybody, because in their mind, they're such a great person. A great woman, a great man. And you don't know what you had, and everybody else can see how wonderful they are, but it's just you. So it's all about them pointing that finger and blaming you. And so when you walk away from it and it's finally over, they're going to do whatever. So don't get sidetracked because of the way they're acting. Don't get stuck into the arguments of trying to defend yourself. You know the truth. People who love you know the truth. So you don't have to defend yourself with this. You're wasting your time trying to talk to them to make them understand your point of view. It's literally like talking to a bunch of rocks. You'll never get through, or hitting a dead end. So keep in mind that you don't want to waste your time. That's what they do. That's their way of grieving a relationship. They're never going to take ownership of what they've done. It's always going to be them blaming you. So if you know someone that's going through this, please share this video. If you're going through it, watch it as many times as you need to. And I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. And I appreciate your subscriptions to my video. And I appreciate all my subscribers, all your comments. And I will continue to comment to you, or share things that I think you need to hear. And like I said, I appreciate you watching my videos. I will see you again tomorrow.